The Hallowed Grounds, brought to you by Siegfried and Jensen.
Welcome in to this week's episode of the Hallowed Grounds, Ogden Golf and Country Club. We appreciate you, as we do every week. Jay Nolly, everybody. Professional soccer player for 8 years, 5 of those in Major League Soccer, and played a very big role in bringing Nick Romando to Real Salt Lake, which I'm sure Jay doesn't want to talk about, but we will. Jay Nolly, you ready?
Yep.
We play off the Blues, you're the guest, and I didn't even mention Bushnell. I was thinking about Nick Romando and I got so caught up. I apologize. Hey, if you beat me on this hole and the second hole, a Bushnell, wingman, not this, but same company, you get the gist. You get it?
Yep.
You're up. Play some golf.
Okay.
Can I just tell you, I'm not losing this week.
There we go.
I'm on a 2-game losing streak. And it's over. It's over. Hey, do you mind telling us the story about Nick Romando and how he got to Real Salt Lake?
I had a really good preseason the second year, so 05, first year with Salt Lake, second year, and I had a good game against DC, and I think that's where it started back up with Peter Novak. And then when Nick Romando was out of contract at the end of the year, they were kind of, RSL went after him, and I was kind of the asterisk on the bottom, where it was like, here's Nick Romando, Freddie Adu, and here's a ton of cash, and then it was like, hey, we want a goalie, and so I was the little scratch at the bottom. Obviously, RSL made the right decision. Nick had a fantastic career, and within a year, I'd moved over to Vancouver, which was great. I spent 4 years there too, and Peter Novak actually got fired by the time I got there. So.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I've played a fair bit of golf with the cameras out, and I don't know if I've ever seen anybody that far left.
Hey, we started cold. We started real cold.
Yeah, no practice swings.
It's a par 5 though.
It is Earlier this week, groups were announced for the MLS's Back tournament.
Yep.
That name, but
brutal.
Like, they had how many months to figure out a name for a tournament? They come up with MLS's Back.
I thought when I saw the announcement, I was like, oh great, MLS is back. I didn't realize that was the name of the tournament.
Yeah, no, they need to reconsider whoever's in charge of their content.
Little trophy at the end, get into CONCACAF.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then still figure out the logistics of finishing out a season. So it's a good, like, okay, everybody's there, contained, you can play.
I agree. Oh, and I went for the pin and nailed it. Did you watch the tournament draw?
No. Did you?
Yeah.
I
think it was rigged.
Oh, I mean, I like the groups for sure, but
there's no way.
It's interesting how they got there.
Okay, LAFC and LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then what? Utah, Real Salt Lake, of course, gets Sporting Kansas City. Come on.
Colorado, which is a Rocky Mountain
double
rival.
whammy.
Yeah.
I do apologize. All right. There's a first for everything on this show, and it's just part of the beauty, part of the nature. I've never seen somebody attempt to play a hole 2 holes to the left, Jay. But you know what? I applaud you for trying, and it was a blast nonetheless. I really am honestly excited for Real Salt Lake to return. I'm excited to hear your voice on the radio waves, and I'm excited to see what they can do under new K coach Freddie Juarez, who I am awfully optimistic about. Yep. Nonetheless, we'll get you sorted. We won't let you leave here empty-handed. Heber Golf will sort you out, and the rest of the game. But we do appreciate you coming. Thank you. And
appreciate it.
Again, best of luck on the course.
Thank you.
Jay Nolly, everybody.
Went for it.
Welcome into this week's Pro Tip of the Week at the Ogden Golf and Country Club. Very fortunate to have Scott Erling with us, the Director of Golf up there at Weber State, go Wildcats, and as well as the head coach of the men's team. So, Scott, we're going to work on some chipping techniques and drills, I guess, that people can go out and use.
Yeah, Tom, one thing I see with my players and most golfers in general is that a lot of times when they're chipping around the greens, they have a hard time deciding what kind of shot they're going to hit. Is it going to be high? Is it going to be low? Do they want it to run a lot? So on and so forth. So one thing I like to work on with people is like, okay, if I gave you the ball, had you put it in your hand and said, okay, I want you to toss this as close to the hole as you can, almost inevitably they pick the right shot just because intuitively their brain tells them how this is going to work. So, when we're looking at a target like this one right here, I just want to try to toss this as close to the hole as I can. I kind of pick the right trajectory, my landing spot on the green, and the ball gets close to the hole. This kind of helps you make a decision and takes a lot of the uncertainty out of the shot.
Golf for years has needed a little bit of little hit of fun, and music has become popular on golf courses. So Bushnell has come out with a very innovative product called the Wingman. This is a Bluetooth speaker. Great sound quality, but we've done a couple things to make this not just a Bluetooth speaker. One is the bite technology. You can throw this on the side of a cart. It's got 11 pounds of pull pressure. You can roll the cart and this thing's gonna stay on there. Don't test that, but.
So that's a magnet?
That's a magnet. Here's what separates this from the rest of the sound boxes or Bluetooth speakers is this is a GPS. So as you're going down the fairway playing your music, you just hit the button.
Center 131 yards, front 114, back 147.
Golf for days in Heber Valley at one of 5 beautiful mountain courses. Wasatch Golf Course, Soldier Hollow Golf Course, and the Homestead Golf Club are all within 7 miles of each other. Enjoy the feeling of getting away without the long drive.